What's up, warrior? Welcome back to Daily Wisdom. Today is going to be super important if you're in business and you want to be able to win at a very high level. I'm going to talk to you about one big mistake that actually holds people back and keeps them stuck, but I'm going to help you to be able to overcome that mistake. So if that sounds interesting to you, share this video, by the way, if you do me a great favor. Maybe you want to tag some teammates on this because it's going to be super important. Now, especially if you're in network marketing, but if you're in business as well. Jim Rohn is a great. In fact, if you've ever heard any of Jim Rohn and his philosophies, put a one in the comments. I put a one in the comments. Jim Rohn is the GOAT, the greatest of all time for personal growth, the mentor of Tony Robbins. In fact, someone's great when decades after he's gone, we still talk about this guy. If you haven't listened to him, what are you doing? You got to listen to Jim Rohn. So one thing that he said is that repetition is the mother of skills. Repetition is the mother of skills. And in business and in life, skills make you money. Skills make you money, right? If you're in a trade, if you learn how to weld, that skill you can actually take to the marketplace and actually make more money. In business, there's some skills that make you a lot of money. Skill sets of communication, skill sets of leadership, skill sets of presentation, skill sets of marketing, sales. Right? These skills can make a lot. In fact, entrepreneurship, sales is one of the top paying skills in the world, because if you learn how to sell or communicate effectively, then you can sell anything. Right now, this is coming from, I heard these philosophies when I was a 19-year-old broke college student, and I was so shy and bad with my communication that, no joke, I couldn't even order food at a restaurant myself, type of shy. Is anyone else shy like me? Put a one in the comments if you're kind of shy like me. And I heard this saying that repetition is the mother of skills. And I'm like, oh, got it. All right, so if I do it over and over and over and over again, I'm going to do better. That's your skill. Good. It pays very, very well. However, I want to add something, if I can, to Mr. Rohn. Because repetition, yes, it can be the mother of skills. But at the same time, if we're not careful, it can get us stuck. Case in point, have you ever been to the gym before and you saw the same person on the same treadmill sweating the same amount day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year after year, and yet they still look the same? Put a two in the comments if you know what I'm talking about, right? And we've all been stuck at certain places before. So it's not just the repetition, the mindless repetition, that is the mother of skills. You don't want to be that person on the treadmill that's going day in and day out, not getting results. Here's an additional thing I want to add on. It's not just the repetition is mother of all skills. It is intentional repetition is the mother of all skills. I hope this clicks for you. You see, in business and in life, we're not just robots, right? Yeah, we work hard, not smart. That's another way of saying it, right? We're not just robots. We don't just plug and play. That's why in business, I can give all the scripts in the world. I can tell you exactly how to talk to someone. I can tell you how to prospect, how to close, how to do all this. And so many times what we're looking for is we're looking for that perfect script. We're looking for that perfect play. We're looking for that perfect thing, but it's not the thing. If you notice, top money earners in any business, especially network marketing, we all do similar things, and yet they all look different in their own unique way. You see, here's a secret to success is, yes, you want to emulate what the best do, but what's important is you have an intentional repetition of your skill. What does that look like? In network marketing and business, one of the most important skill sets to be able to learn is how to professionally set up an appointment for someone to see your thing. Whether you're selling real estate, insurance, you're selling health, you're selling anything. At the end of the day, you want to present your thing to someone new. So there's a skill set of invitation, which is setting up an appointment professionally. Now, this is where a lot of people get stuck, and what separates the amateur from the best, the amateur that gets okay results from the amazing that get incredible results. If you're listening to this, I'm assuming you want incredible results. Put a 5 in the comments if you want amazing results. Spectacular. You want to be in control of the conversation, don't you? You want to be able to determine your paycheck, don't you? You want to be confident in the marketplace, not feeling like you're kind of just throwing a bunch of things hoping that they stick. You want to feel like you're masterful, professional. Okay, you can do that, warrior. How? Well, when you're repeating, let's say we're using the skill set of invitation. We have a little script, and I teach people a very simple thing on how to actually do an invitation. There's just 5 simple steps, right? And imagine if you put those steps together and you can craft together an invitation. Now, here's what you want to do. Now, God can't see your parked car, so you have to start taking action. Start implementing the skill set. Start talking to people. Start prospecting. Start inviting people. But here's the key step that most people miss is what they do is they turn off their brain and they mindlessly do the action. They turn off their brain and they're like, let me just go through the numbers like a robot and let me just hope that if I spam this out enough, then I'm going to do well. And they think to ourselves, well, if I just do it enough, then I'm going to get some result, right? Yes, true. But if you want to be masterful, if you want to be skillful, artful, professional in what you do, there's another step that we have to do. What is that? Intention. Intention matters. Case in point, I'm talking to my wife, for example, and let's say my wife, women know tone very well, don't they? And let's say they're like, babe, do you love me? I'm like, I love you. And let's say I say it in the wrong way, right? I'm just in a rush and I'm not all there and all present. Ladies, would you agree with me? You can tell when the heart is in there or not. I'm just like, I love you. And I'm kind of like rushing it off. Now, of course, I love my wife to death. But if I'm not in the moment, I'm not intentional, then she can feel that and that rubs off. It's not the words, it's not the what to say, it's the how to say it. So one thing is the intention, true? So when you're in the prospecting situation, what's your intention? Here's the only intention that you need. I'm going to change this person's life. I'm going to help this person. It's not about you. It's about them purely. And you have to be present in that conversation. Doesn't matter if you know them or don't know them well. This could be a social media post. It could be a live video. When I'm doing this, you know why it can be impactful? Because I'm thinking about you. And what do you need? How do you get help? And I hope you can feel that, right? If you can feel that intention when I do a conversation like this, put a me in the comments below, right? So intention is important. So intention when you're doing your skill set that you convey and you're able to pass down this paradigm of I want to help you purely. People can feel the heart behind what it is that you do. There's one step of intention, but another step of intention is this. After the fact, this is what pros do that the average don't. Let's imagine your favorite sport. Let's imagine your top athlete that you love. Maybe you're a Jordan fan, a Kobe fan. Maybe you're a Steph Curry fan. But you know what all of these people do is they review the tapes, don't they? They look back and they reflect and they think, okay, I did this play this way, but how could I have done it better? So as you're going into the field and as you're doing your skill and you're repeating the skill, yes, you have to go through the loops and the hoops. I remember when I was scared to talk to somebody. You know, one thing I did, this really trained me well, is I went onto a college campus and I was doing surveys. I'm not saying to do this. This is straight up like hardcore, like, wow, you're going to get skilled very fast. Is I would have surveys and I'd cold approach students and I'd do this survey, a couple questions. Hey, how's your day? Let me ask you a couple questions. And my goal was to understand and pre-qualify them. And some of them could have been good prospects for my business. That was hard. But I did that hundreds of times, right? But what you want to be able to do isn't just the hard work. You have to go through the numbers. So some of us here, you're honestly just not going through enough numbers. Some people say, well, I try to do that business. I try to do that thing and it ain't working. Well, the reality is you're not doing enough to even allow it to work. You're in the gym. You need to do 10 repetitions of chest press to be able to break down the muscle, to be able to rebuild it. But you stop at 3. We got to give it enough repetition. However, after the fact, review the tapes. I hope I'm not going too fast for you right here. After the fact, then do the pro step, which most people don't do. With what I did and the results that I got, how do I make it better? With what I did and the results that I got, how do I make it better? That one question makes a big difference in outcome. This is what the artful, the masterful, the successful do. They always think, how do I get better? You see, you're not going to be perfect day one, but you can get better. You're not going to be masterful day one, but you can get better. Jim Rohn says, who can get better? Anybody. But you must be intentional with your repetition. Intention starts from the heart. Make sure that that's clean. You have the right motive to help someone else. Intention also comes in hindsight when you're reflecting on what it is that you do. Let's say you're trying to master presentation. Do you review the presentation? I remember when I was trying to master presentation and I sucked real bad. You wouldn't want to know my first presentations. I didn't move my facial expressions. I would sweat easily. I would stutter. I would do weird hand things because I didn't know where my hands were at. But I would look at the tapes afterwards and say, how do I get better? If you are willing to do that step right there and you're intentionally going through your repetition, then you are on your way to be great. There's just no stopping it. And remember, skill sets will make you more money, but you have to make sure you're intentional with them. And if you are, give it some time, the days, the weeks, the months, the years, you're going to look back and people are going to go up to you, Gene, go up to you, Diane, go up to you. And they're going to say, how are you so good at what you do? And you look back and you say, well, I did repeat the skill, but I was very intentional with the skill. And if you do that, if you choose to do that, you will be great and dominate in any business that you're at. So if that was encouraging to you, please share this if you have not yet already. If you'd like some more information, by the way, if you are in network marketing, I just put together something very interesting, or you're looking for a good business. And I'm super excited because what I realize is this. There's a system of skill sets and a system of mindset that if you put them together, you can win and scale something major. I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, what are you guys doing in the warrior movement, for example? And until now, I have not really told much. But I've put together a video that if you'd like to know the system of how to do and the system of why to do, of skill sets and mindset that allowed us to scale business around the world and duplicate, that allowed us to be able to work from anywhere, anytime. If you'd like some information on that, for a limited time, I have a video I'd love to share. So if you want some information on that, DM me the word blueprint. All right. Direct message me the word blueprint and I'll link you to a video. I don't know how long I'm going to do this for. It was an inspired thought. I've already shared it with a couple of people, but if you like information on that, message me the word blueprint and I'll share with you more details on that. But other than that, let's continue to be great warriors. Super, super pumped for you. And we'll see you guys on the next live. Talk soon.